Righto boys, back with another one. Finally, back inside as I've been wanting to. Finally got an opportunity to film with no one around, no interruptions, no distractions. So we're back here, lighting's a bit better. Hopefully makes the quality of the video a bit better. But why are we here today? Today we're going to talk about the fact that you can never truly be prepared. Your plan, whatever it is, it'll never work. Not perfectly. It's never going to be exactly how you envision it. The result might be, but the method of getting there might change. You're never going to be able to stick perfectly to a plan and routine, as much as you might try. Now, I of course advocate for the fact that you should try. Make your plan, stick to it. Routine, habits. Make sure you follow it as closely as you can. But there are times when you do need to sacrifice that. There are times when missing something isn't the end of the world. Okay, so big part of my routine, making sure I get enough sleep. We'll be doing a few videos about sleep eventually because it underpins so much of self-improvement. Anything you do in life, really. If you get better sleep, you'll be better at whatever it is you're trying to do. So I try and go to sleep early every night, wake up early every morning. But last night I didn't. Alright, had work in the day. Me and my mate went to the gym after work. So it was already fairly late by the time we got there. By the time we were done, everything, protein shakes, whatnot, quite late. He comes to drop me home in the car. It's about 10:30. Car battery goes flat. He's left his phone at home. Mine's got no credit. It's already about an hour and a half past when I wanted to be asleep. I could easily gone inside, closed the door, let him figure it out himself. So many people say, be selfish. And I'm a huge fan of that, don't get me wrong. I need to do videos on that in the future because I think being selfish is probably the best thing you can be if you want to be successful in life. Alongside being disciplined, But yeah, a lot of people would, I believe a lot of people would probably look at that and go, I need to sleep. I need to do my thing. I can't sacrifice it. Yes, you can. Okay, should you do it for just any old thing that happens? No, you shouldn't. Should you sacrifice to sleep? Oh, because I feel like watching a TV show. No, absolutely not. But in cases like this, yes, there are times when you have to give up a tiny little thing like this. It's not ideal. I didn't feel great this morning. I still woke up at the same time, even though I got less sleep. But it's because I felt like I had to. So me and him, we ran to his house. 20-minute run in the dark, 10:30 at night, nearing 11. We got his other car, drove back here, jump started it, drove him off back to his house. I could have let him run in the dark by himself. But I felt that I had a responsibility to go with him and make sure he was alright. Who knows what could have happened if I let him go by himself? I'm not gonna take that risk. Yes, self-improvement is important. Yes, making sure you get all your habits in, sticking to your routine. That's crucial. You have to get it almost always. Because if there's a time like this, and it comes down to something like helping and protecting, pretty much keeping a friend safe, something like that, that's going to take precedence sometimes, mate. If it's an important thing like that, there are times when it's alright to not be selfish. I sacrificed a night of sleep, of good sleep, to make sure he got home safe, to make sure we could get his car, get it going. A lot of people, I don't know if they would like that decision. A lot of people probably wouldn't make the same decision. I like to think they would, because I think it's common sense. It's not always going to go exactly to plan. You're not always going to get 100% of your things for the rest of your life every single day. I want to meditate every day for the rest of my life. Is there probably going to be a day I miss? Yeah, of course. Who knows what could happen? I could end up in hospital. I could end up unconscious. As long as I get back on it the next day, as soon as I can, then we move on, we keep going. I like to sleep nice and early, get good sleep in. Is it going to happen every single day? No, of course not. I know that. I'm not delusional. Maybe I am, but I don't think I am anyway. And so you've got to be prepared. This story that I've said is just an example. It's okay if something comes up to be slightly, to miss something, to be slightly off. You don't have to be so perfect every time, every day, that you get everything right. If it comes down to something important, an experience you really don't want to miss out on, then sometimes it's okay. All right. You got to make sure you protect your friends. You got to make sure they're safe. Keep the people in your life safe as well, the ones that you care about, who are important to you. All right. If you miss something, get back up on the horse tomorrow. Go again. And that's my main piece of advice for this video. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't panic so much if you miss a day of anything, of one of your habits. As long as you're consistent enough and you hit 90 95% of the days, as long as you go into it with the intention of, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the good habits, life will throw something at you. It'll come up with something. You won't be ready for it. You can never be prepared for what life will have to throw at you. So sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice these things like this. Sacrifice is huge. Videos come on that as well, of course. But sometimes you do have to sacrifice things like this that you'd rather not. And that's okay. So don't be too hard on yourself if something like this happens. Don't beat yourself up over it. It's a simple decision, really. Make sure the important things in your life, even if they override self-improvement sometimes, if it's really important like this, making sure a friend gets home safe at like 11 at night, 10:30, do it. If you miss a night of sleep, it's just another challenge you can overcome. I wrote in my journal last night. I was journaling about how I'd have less sleep, because even though it was already late, I wanted to get some journaling in. And I wrote about how, yeah, sure, I'm going to be tired in the morning, of course. I'm going to sleep hours after I would have normally gone to sleep. But instead of looking at that as a bad thing, I found a way to be grateful for it. I wrote that I was grateful for this. I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is an opportunity. This is a challenge. Had a bit of excitement tonight, got a cool story to tell, had a bit of fun, got some more exercise in, with a quick run, some cardio. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be tired. Still going to get up though. Still going to get up at 6 in the morning. Straight up. Bang. I wrote, this isn't a bad thing. This is an opportunity. I get the chance to start my day overcoming a challenge. And there's no better way to start your day than that. Take the negatives, turn them into positives. Sometimes you got to sacrifice, but it doesn't always have to be the end of the world. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. You can find a way to be grateful for it, because you can't always be prepared for what life has to throw at you. But you can always find a way to be grateful for it and to move forward and learn something.